Hey guys, this is Eric Todd from Team HMB, and today I'm answering the question. Well, it's not exactly answering a question. I was asked to demonstrate the proper method of loading an atlas stone. Loading atlas stones is something I became pretty natural to some reason or another. So I had a deal of success in it, and I will show you a few of the finer points that I figured out or picked up from other athletes along the way when loading an atlas stone. The first thing, on a stone like this, I could probably lap it however I wanted to. But in order to do it properly, I want to go around the center of the atlas stone. You'll see some people who try to go around it like this, like up front, and you're just gonna see it spin on them as they're trying to pick it up. So I go directly over the top. I kind of straddle the stone in somewhat of a sumo stance, go directly over the top, and then pull it to my lap, okay? So it's here, right around the middle, and then pop to my lap. As I pop to my lap, I squeeze my knees in. Now, this is not a bicep lift. I do not want to try to lift from the underside of the stone. I'm gonna go over the top of the stone, and I'm gonna dig my chin into it. I want to keep this thing right as high on my chest as I can. So I pull it into my chest, I put my chin on it, and I pop my hips through hard. And load it to the platform, or over the bar, or whatever you happen to be doing at the time, okay? Notice how keeping my chin on the stone allowed it to stay on my chest. What you don't want to do is when you pop your hips, having that stone settle down off your chest or onto your belly or whatever, you might have all the power in the world, but you're not going to have the height of that stone to get it to the platform. And I'm going to say, particularly when you get to top end stones, heavier stones that you're capable of, something I found very beneficial when I popped that stone to my lap. Sometimes there was a limit to how high I was going to get that stone, and I had to really fight to get it in my lap, okay? So what I do on those occasions is I set my butt down to my ankles, okay? So I'm here, and I pull that stone up, so it doesn't necessarily have to go over my knees if my butts or my hips are lower than my knees. Set my butt down to my ankles, I can pull it in tight to my lap, and then I swing those legs in to give it a shelf to sit on for the lapping. Let me try that one more time so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay? Say I get a stone that's topping my end of my maximum, and it's going to come off the floor slow, and I get it to here, to roll it in tight and swing those knees in. Okay? Chin on it. Pull that thing into your chest as high as you can, pop those hips, and put it on the platform. A couple other keys. Some people like wearing belts, some do not. I've done it both ways. Some guys, right now I got mine on tight, some guys will put on their Ray-Ban tight and put a loose belt on over it. And what that does is kind of like, say you're doing a log clean, it gives you a little shelf that you can scoop that stone onto to help it ride up. Some guys like going without shirts, so there's no shirt slippage. I did that for a while. I got to where I would like to wear an old shirt that just was caped and tacky, and I just tacky the front of that shirt. It was a pretty tight shirt. Some guys will take their sleeves and tie those off and tie it in the back to get their shirt extra tight. Because what you don't want to do is have all the pop and all the strength in the world, get that stone up, and then you have it slip on your shirt to a height that you're not going to get the clearance to get it on the platform or to get it over that bar. One last key that I would like to mention on loading a stone is do don't give up on the stone. And that's what I'm saying there is, you'll see guys that have the stone almost to the platform. Keep grinding it out with the technique that I showed you. What you don't want to do is have it 2 inches shy and then go, and try to come underneath it and roll it. Odds are greatly against you getting it from there, and the odds are greater than before of you doing some damage to your body, like a pop bicep. The fact of the matter is, guys, no matter how jacked your biceps get or how big that your arms are, they're not going to be a match for a 400-pound stone or whatever your capacity is. Okay? I'm not going to curl 400 pounds of stone onto the platform. I can keep grinding with the strength of my hips and my upper back and get those extra 2 inches. Okay? So don't give up on the stone too soon. You see guys that almost have it and then drop it, or you see the guys that almost have it and then try to dive underneath it and curl it up. Neither one of those is going to get the stone on the platform. So stay with the basics, stay over the top, grind. I mean, first of all, pop with your hips as hard as you can, because whenever I was a younger man and I had real good explosiveness, that was primary to my stone loading, is the hip pop, and then I just get it to ride all the way to the top. Okay, so pop those hips hard, and then when you're at a hip pop, keep grinding it up with your hips, your back, and your upper back, and finish that stone off. This is Eric Todd, Team HMB. We'll see you next time.